The Book of Enoch, the consequences of the Watcher's sin. Did the Great Flood really happen? The Watchers and Nephilim. Unveiling the connection to the Great Flood. The story of the Watchers and Nephilim stands as one of the most enigmatic tales in religious history, weaving together themes of rebellion, corruption, and divine judgment. Found in the Book of Enoch and intimately linked to the Great Flood narrative in the Bible, this account offers profound insights into the causes behind God's wrath upon humanity. It also raises fundamental questions about human history and the spiritual battle between good and evil. Let us delve deeply into the relationship between the Watchers, Nephilim, and the Great Flood, exploring detailed aspects of this complex and iconic biblical myth. The Watchers, Guardians turned Rebels 1. Who were the Watchers? The Watchers, as described in the Book of Enoch, were a group of 200 angels tasked by God to watch over humanity. Their role was to act as divine overseers, guiding and protecting humans while ensuring order and harmony on earth. They held immense power and knowledge, positioned as intermediaries between the heavens and humanity. Their mission, however, was not without challenges. The complexities of human emotion, temptation, and free will presented a stark contrast to their celestial nature. The Watchers were to remain detached observers, but this balance was eventually disrupted by sin. The fall of the Watchers. The rebellion of the Watchers was led by two powerful angels, Semjasa, the chief of the Watchers, and Azazel, who played a pivotal role in humanity's corruption. The fall began when the Watchers became captivated by the beauty of human women. This attraction led them to abandon their divine responsibilities and descend to earth to live among humans. The Book of Enoch recounts their transgression vividly. They saw that the daughters of men were beautiful, and they took wives for themselves from all whom they chose. This act was not just a breach of celestial law, it was a deliberate defiance of God's command. By intermingling with humans, the Watchers blurred the boundaries between the divine and mortal realms, unleashing unforeseen consequences. 3. Consequences of their rebellion. The union between the Watchers and human women produced offspring known as the Nephilim, giants of immense strength and intelligence. However, the Nephilim were also prone to violence, tyranny, and unchecked ambition. Their existence brought about widespread destruction and corruption, reshaping the moral and social fabric of the world. Second Nephilim, the hybrid giants one. Who were the Nephilim? The Nephilim are enigmatic figures described in Genesis 6:4. When the sons of God came to the daughters of humans and had children by them, they were the heroes of old, men of renown. These beings, often referred to as giants, were neither fully human nor angelic. Their hybrid nature endowed them with extraordinary strength and intellect, making them dominant figures in their societies. However, their power often manifested in destructive ways, leading to moral decay and societal chaos. 2. Characteristics and influence. The Nephilim were more than physical giants. They were symbols of rebellion and the embodiment of humanity's corruption. Their traits included unmatched strength and size. They were physically imposing, towering over humans and capable of great feats. Tyranny. Many Nephilim became oppressive rulers, subjugating humanity and creating societies based on violence and fear. Moral decay. Their behavior and influence further distanced humanity from God, spreading corruption and lawlessness. 3. Nephilim's role in human society. The Nephilim's influence was profound and multifaceted, reshaping human civilization in ways that provoked divine wrath. Under the guidance of the Watchers, they introduced new knowledge and practices that were ultimately detrimental to humanity's spiritual well-being. Domination of humanity. The Nephilim used their strength to dominate human communities, establishing themselves as rulers and tyrants. Introduction of forbidden knowledge. Through the Watchers, humans gained access to heavenly secrets that were not meant for them. Warfare. Azazel taught humans the art of weapon making, leading to widespread violence and bloodshed. Sorcery and divination. Other Watchers revealed mystical practices, diverting humanity from their reliance on God. The link between sin and the Great Flood. One God's wrath, the actions of the Watchers and Nephilim escalated human corruption to unprecedented levels. Their influence perverted the natural order, and humanity's moral decline became unbearable. Genesis 6:5-7 captures God's grief and decision to act. The Lord saw how great the wickedness of the human race had become on the earth, and that every inclination of the thoughts of the human heart was only evil all the time. The Great Flood was not merely an act of destruction, but a means of purification, aimed at erasing the deep-seated corruption caused by the Watchers and Nephilim. It marked the resetting of creation, restoring order to a world engulfed in chaos. 2. The role of Noah. Amidst the widespread wickedness, one man stood out: Noah. He is described in Genesis as a righteous man, blameless among the people of his time. Noah's righteousness and faithfulness to God made him the chosen vessel for preserving humanity and life on earth. God instructed Noah to build an ark to safeguard his family and pairs of every living creature. This act of divine mercy highlighted God's dual nature of justice and compassion. Through Noah, humanity was given a chance to start anew, free from the corruption of the past. The aftermath of the Great Flood. The Watchers' punishment. After the flood, the rebellious Watchers faced eternal punishment. According to the Book of Enoch, they were bound and imprisoned in darkness, awaiting the final judgment. Azazel, in particular, is singled out for his pivotal role in humanity's corruption. 2. The spirit of the Nephilim. Though the physical bodies of the Nephilim perished in the flood, their spirits were said to linger as malevolent entities, influencing humanity from the spiritual realm. This idea has been linked to the origins of demonic forces in later biblical and apocryphal texts. Lessons from the story of the Watchers and the Great Flood. The consequences of rebellion. The Watchers' fall serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of defying divine will and misusing power. 2. The importance of righteousness. Noah's example demonstrates that even in a world filled with corruption, individual righteousness can bring about redemption and renewal. 3. The necessity of judgment and mercy. The Great Flood illustrates the balance between divine justice and mercy, offering humanity a path to restoration, even amidst judgment. 6. Lessons from the Watchers and the Great Flood. 1. Moral responsibility. The fall of the Watchers reminds us of the consequences of abusing power and knowledge. 2. Forgiveness and redemption. Despite the inevitability of judgment, there is always an opportunity for redemption, as Noah demonstrated. 3. Hope. The story of the Great Flood is not just about destruction, but also about renewal and hope for the future. The story of the Watchers, Nephilim, and the Great Flood is not merely an ancient myth, but a profound lesson in morality, responsibility, and loyalty to God. It invites us to reflect on the relationship between sin, judgment, and the hope for rebirth. Whether a historical event or a theological symbol, this narrative continues to leave a deep imprint on human culture and spirituality. What are your thoughts on the story of the Watchers and the Great Flood? Share your reflections and continue to join us as we explore more mysteries of the Bible.